Okay, well now Tom is going into the weekend by hanging out at the Thunder Ridge Nature Arena.
Yes, he is. Okay, Tom, what can you tell us about PBR Thunder Days?
What I can tell you is PBR is back in town, and if you know Ridgedale, you know the Shooting Academy, you know what's going to be happening here. Little different tack this time. This gentleman's name, this is Stu Crow. First of all, good to meet you,
yes,
sir.
Yes, sir. Nice to meet you.
This is the PBR safety man.
Yes, sir.
Okay, that says a whole lot to me, but you know, for our folks out there, you know, give that thumbnail idea of what you do.
What we do, and usually there's just one of us. Now here at Ridgedale, the arena's a little bigger than we're used to, so there'll actually be two of us. There'll be a guy from Texas named James Board that will help me. But what we do is our main focus is on the bulls. If the bull doesn't leave, then we try to drive him to the center out gate, and if he doesn't, then we rope him and escort him out so the show can continue.
Yeah.
But if a rider gets hurt, and we hope they don't get hurt,
Right.
the paramedics will not come in until what we call the arena's clear, like the bull is out of the arena. So we've got three of the best bullfighters that you'll ever see here. And what they do is one will stay with the rider and the other two will lead that bull away, and then James or I will rope him and drag him out to where the paramedics can come to the down rider.
So in other words, you and your team, that bull is free and roaming, and
Yes.
you've got to maneuver that. What are they? Half ton to a ton animals out there.
Yes, sir.
And
Yes,
you've
sir.
got to maneuver it.
Yes, sir. Yes,
Bull
sir.
doesn't necessarily want to be maneuvered, I would imagine.
Some of them do, and some of them don't. You know, and the funny thing about that is they know their job to do, and then some of them, just like anybody, some of them want to slam dunk it and get a little bit more extra points.
Yeah. You know, I watch it out there, and all of those guys are incredible athletes, but the bulls are
Yes, sir.
athletes too.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
This is no free ride out here when PBR is here.
Yeah, no, sir. No, sir. You know, the bulls, those guys have got them on a feeding program. They've got them on an exercise program. The bulls are exceptional athletes.
Oh yeah, and they're kind of out there to do what they do. Now, let me ask you, what got you into this? I mean, were you a rider when you were, you know, a teenager or something?
Yeah, no, sir. There was actually some friends of mine named Doug and Gene Ryder from Cassville, and they actually was going to Kenny Vaught's. He had a junior bull riding association, and they needed somebody to come rope bulls, and I actually told them no the first 2 or 3 times they asked me.
Right.
And then they finally got me in it, and that's been 12 or 15 years ago, and it hooked me, and I just kept, I guess, doing my job good enough and word of mouth, and I just kept increasing and finally got to the PBR level.
Well, let me talk a little bit, because now you're an athlete yourself to be able to do this, but you're on top of another athlete.
Yes, sir.
I know that. Are these like a cutting horse or say? I mean, how do you train a horse to face a bull?
You know, really and honestly, you can't train a horse to face a bull.
Okay.
I mean, you can train them to rope and you can train them to drag, but but honestly, until a bull gets hooked the first time by a bull, you don't know if he's going to take it or if he's absolutely going to be scared to death. So you can get the best son of a gun in the world, and he can get hooked, and then he never does it again.
Yeah, it sounds like you and your team. I mean, I know you said you're going to be the one that's out there, and you have a teammate. But it seems like you've got a whole team that's down there to make sure
yes, sir.
Nobody gets hurt.
Yes, sir.
And if they do get hurt, they're taken care of very quickly.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir. And we've actually got a sports medicine program that is top of the line.
Yeah.
So as soon as they get out of the arena floor, those guys go to work on them, and it is phenomenal. But just to kind of peek over there every once in a while and look and see what they can do.
Yeah. Now, of course, we've got the pens down there. I don't know if they're loading or they're going to be loading in a while, but I think you and I are going to get to check on a couple of the athletes in just a little bit. And that's your horses, right?
Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
Okay, so we're up at the top. You can see the arena floor behind me, but we're going to go down there, and we're going to talk with Stu a little bit more about a couple of the other athletes that you'll want to watch when you come to see PBR right here in Ridgedale at the Shooting Academy. But right now, back to you guys.
Thanks so much, Tom. Kimmy, first of all, I can't wait to see him down on the arena floor. I hope we get to see a bull or something. That would be kind of fascinating.
Or him on a bull. I keep saying this, but everybody
well,
acts
and
like they don't
it's just so fascinating that this is a craft that people perfect and that they're so good at. I can never imagine getting on a bull.
I
It would not be
cannot
for me.
imagine. I did the fake one, but no real one.
But no real one.
That is so
That's
scary.
not in our sights at all.
No.